Happy fucking Friday, motherfuckers. Somebody said that they were annoyed that every single YouTuber starts off their video with, "Hey, what's up, YouTube?" So fuck that. I'm not going to start off my video with that now because you're right. Pretty much a lot of people do say that. I got two albums to talk about today that came out last year, 2023, last year, which was only a couple weeks ago, that I didn't talk about on here, that I missed out on a little bit. Oh, actually, one of them I had when it came out. I just never showed it any love on here. That you may have missed, that I want to talk about. Spreading the gospel to brutal death metal once again. This is the genre of death metal that I am just absolutely obsessed with right now. So unfortunately, these next several videos are probably just gonna be brutal death metal. So if you don't like that, then don't watch it. I don't really care. One thing, it is released Friday. I don't know what's coming out today. I was gonna look and I forgot. But I do know that 20 Buck Spin, not a sponsor, although people tend to think that they are. Just announced a new Slime Lord album. Finally, new Slime Lord. They finally are announcing it. It's coming out in March. The track that they dropped is awesome. I will link it in the description. So excited about that band. So excited for that album. Definitely one of the anticipated albums now that I am just remembering. I think I forgot to talk about it in my video from last week. So let's go ahead and get started. As I have said, CDs are going to be the prominent thing on this channel this year. So if you've come here for the vinyl love, that's going to be few and far in between, unfortunately. I do have one or two things coming the next couple of weeks. But yeah, vinyl is just taking a back seat right now because it is way too expensive and I have too many personal expenses that I need to take care of. So the first thing is, this came out pretty early in the year last year, heavily overlooked. Including me. I overlooked it. I liked it. I talked about it. I showed it off on my Instagram. I don't think I talked about it on here. And that is the new Devangelic album, Zool, out on Willowtip Records. This is their fourth full length. The band is out of Italy. Just a very good album. It's solid. I would say it's their best album in their discography so far. It's got that Sumerian theme still carrying over into here that reminds me of Nile a little bit, but in a brutal, more kind of brutal death metal, modern brutal death metal sound. But I really enjoy this album. Like I said, it's pretty overlooked. I feel like not a whole lot of people talked about it. I didn't see it in a whole lot of year-end lists, including mine. I definitely, now that I've been listening to it for a lot since I've gotten this CD several weeks ago, I got it beginning of December, I think. I definitely probably would have put it in my top 50 if I had, given more time to it. So this, these videos are going to be like what I missed last year. Well, here you go. It's pretty much the stack of CDs I have over here on my CD player is essentially things that I bought that I didn't listen to or really give much time into for the year. That's pretty much what January is for, is keeping up with that. So here is the CD, and then I will show you what's on the back tray. It's the teeth on this CD, man, are real nice. They keep that CD in the tray real tight. It's got that evil beastie thing on the back there. And of course, I will show you the booklet. There's pretty much a lot of, I would say there's quite a bit of repetitiveness into here, but it's very well written. And I really do enjoy it. It's a fun listen. They're not reinventing the wheel here with anything, but if you're a brutal death metal fan, this definitely is more of the modern brutal death metal sound. It's not the piggy squeals or anything like that, but it's got that brutal death metal remnants in it. I would say a little bit more, less than what you would expect, but definitely it's there. I feel like every time I talk about a brutal death metal album, somebody comes and is like, it's got slam in it too. There's no slam in this, but I'm sure somebody will probably tell me that there's slam on here. I don't hear it whatsoever, but my ears are old and they've been tortured for many years of listening to this kind of music, so maybe I'm completely wrong. But yeah, fantastic album. It looks like, oh, it shows the distribution on here. I'm like, why is Indie Merchant Season of Mist? That's because they distributed it. So anyway, yeah, Willowtip Records. So this is a good album. I would say it's got blazing riffs. It's got chunky slams. Okay, so maybe it does have tiny little bit of slams in there. I wrote that in my notes, so ignore me. Really good guitar solos, and then there's just really, really devastating guttural sounds. It's definitely great to the ears of the true brutal death metal fans, and it's definitely got that sound to it. So check the album out. I think you'll like it. It's good. I would say you know what you're getting just by the cover there with the beastly destruction, and then here is the back. Favorite track on this album, probably the first track is pretty good. Scry, yeah, that's pretty good. Which Shall Be the Darkness of the Heretic is also a very good track. Worship the Black Flames might be my favorite track on here, but for the most part, not a single bad song in here whatsoever. So good album. I would definitely check it out. Definitely easy to find, not sold out, and the record is around too. So yeah, so check that out. Next up, it's a band that I've never heard of. I was just scouring Willowtip's Bandcamp one day because I had, was buying a couple of things and they were announcing, merch and stuff like that. And I was seeing like who else was on their roster because I love Afterbirth and was wondering, what other bands do I want to take a listen to? And this one popped up. Ominous Scriptures. So this is their album Rituals of Mass Self-Ignition. Never ever heard of this band. In fact, it's funny because after I listened to this on Bandcamp, while I was watching a YouTube video, it auto-played into a next video and it was this album. And I was listening to it for a minute, not realizing I didn't have my YouTube screen up on my monitor. I have two monitors that I work on, and I was just doing something on something else, and there was another screen up, and I'm like, what is this that I'm listening to? I really like it. And it was this. And I remember seeing this album cover on Bandcamp when I was scouring Willowtip's roster, and thinking, that's an awesome image. I need to check out that band. I never did. So it's kind of like it was meant to be. This is a band out of Belarus. It's their third full-length album. But sadly, they announced a couple of months ago, I would say about 2 or 3 months ago, that they have split up, which is sad because I just found them. And I was looking forward to some new music. This just came out last year, though, so this is their new music. Yeah, the artwork is by John Zig. It is not AI art. I could see why some people might think that because it does look oddly similar to some of the AI art that is going around in the scene right now. But yeah, that's an awesome artwork. Man, that album cover is so sick. I want it on a shirt. I'm probably going to end up buying it when the money is there for me to do so. So it's a really nice booklet. It's got the lyrics and all of the artwork behind it. That like demon artwork, and there's the band right there. And from what I could understand, this what I've read, I have not listened to their other albums yet because I've just been digesting this one. This might be one of their best albums to come out, but they've got a pretty solid fan base. People were pretty bummed about them splitting up. So unfortunately, I'm late to the party and now sad because they're split up. So I need to go back and check out their old albums. But this one definitely pays homage to the old school brutal death metal sound, which is what I really, really liked about it. It's got the production, it's just kind of filthy sounding. It's not very clean, and it's got that snappy snare into there, and it just sounds like an old school brutal death metal album. So they do that sound very, very well, and I really, really enjoyed this album. I tend to go in and see like maybe what others are thinking about music. I don't really necessarily take any of these metal blogs' opinions seriously or let it judge what I think about an album, but I will say Angry Metal Guy gave this a 1 out of 5. That is absolutely fucking stupid. That is not a 1 out of 5. So I very much disagree with that. But if you're a brutal death metal fan and this album will do no wrong for you. You'll really, really enjoy it. So I'm happy that I found this band. So 2 Willowtip bands to talk about today. Willowtip has nabbed me for copyright infringement in previous videos. So I'm not going to do clips on here, unfortunately, but all the links in the description will be there. And you can go check out these band camps and listen to them. And yeah, they were good albums. Again, these both came out last year. This one definitely was a little bit overlooked. I think not a lot of people talked about it, or not as many people as I felt should have talked about it. But I think you'll enjoy this one. And this one was just brand new to me. Never heard of this So yeah, but again, sadly they broke up. So that's all I have. You guys, happy Friday. I hope your week was good. Mine was kind of shit, not gonna lie. But whatever. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.